Hey guys, it's me King Diablo, and in today's video I'll review the skills for the newly released Maegu Awakening Hwaryeong class. So this is her first skill and it's called Scolding. This skill does stun on hit, and when strong state passive skill effect is active, it increases the skill damage of the skill by 30% and increases the casting speed of the skill and also the attack range of the skill. The flows of this skill increase your attack power, inflict burn on enemy, and recover your mana points. This is a close to mid-range skill and can be used in PvE farming. This is her second skill and it's called Hitting. This skill has super armor and does daze on hit. This skill applies a strong state passive skill effect when you use it. The flows of this skill reduce the mana consumption of the skill, increases your defense and reduces enemy critical hit chance. This is a medium range skill and it's useful for PvP and boss rushes. This is the third skill for Hwaryeong class. This skill has super armor but it's not applied in arena and it does knock up on hit. When the strong state passive skill effect is active, the damage of the skill increases by 30% and the attack range and casting speed of the skill also increases. The flows of this skill reduce enemy defense, reduce the mana consumption of the skill and recovers your health points. This is a close range skill and consumes mana points for each spin. This is really good to use in both PvP and PvE. The name of this skill is Hover. This is the fourth skill for Hwaryeong class and it's called Creepy. This skill has super armor but it's not applied in arena. It does knock back on hit. This skill applies strong state passive skill effect on use. The flows of this skill reduce enemy attack speed and attack power. Also, this skill has an additional attack float that has super armor but is not applied in arena and it does same damage as this skill. This is the fifth skill for Hwaryeong class and it's called Tearing the Forefoot. This skill has super armor but it's not applied in arena and it does turn on first hit and knock back on last hit. When strong state passive skill effect is active, it increases the damage of the skill by 30%. The flows of this skill reduce enemy defense, inflicts bleed on enemy and increases the number of uses of the skill by 1. This is a low to mid-range skill and can be used in PvE. This is the sixth skill for Hwaryeong class and it's called Line. This skill has forward guard and it does knock down on first hit. When strong state passive skill effect is active, it increases the damage of the skill by 30% and it also increases the attack range of the skill. The flows of this skill reduces enemy movement speed and defense and it also lets you switch the forward guard of the skill to super armor. This is a medium range skill and can be used in both PvE and PvP. This is the 7th skill for Hwaryeong class and it's called Foxy. This skill has invincibility while moving and super armor while attack, and it does turn on hit. While moving, this skill shoots 3 fox fire towards your enemy, which deal 412.5% PvE damage and 247.5% PvP damage. Also, you can keep the skill icon pressed for longer to continuously consume 40 mana points and move for additional 2 times. When you consume these mana points to move for additional distance, you gain 1 spirit orb. This is a really good skill to use in PvP and boss rushes. The flows of this skill increases the maximum number of time you can move with this skill. It reduces the mana consumption of the skill and increases your defense, and it also inflicts burn on enemy. This is the 8th skill for Hwaryeong class and it's called Blooming. This skill does bound on hit and has invincibility while moving and super armor while attacking. This skill applies strong state effect when you use it. The flows of this skill reduces enemy attack speed, increases your movement speed and reduces the cooldown time of the skill. This is a really good skill to use in both PvP and PvE. This is the 9th skill for Hwaryeong class and is called Dory Seal Wind. This skill has super armor but is not applied in arena, and it has grab immunity. It does turn on hit. When the strong state passive skill effect is active, it increases the damage of the skill by 30% and it also increases the casting speed and attack range of the skill. This skill has an additional attack flow that does knockback on first hit, deals same damage as the skill, does up to 3 hits and has super armor but is not applied in arena. The other flow of this skill increases your attack power. This skill can be used for both PvE and PvP. This is the 10th skill for Hwaryeong class and is called Fox Grass. This skill does knockback on first hit and knock up on last hit. It also applies strong state passive skill effect when you use it. Also, when you use this skill, it creates a Foxfire zone. Enemies within this Foxfire zone will receive same damage as the skill every second for 4 seconds. This is the 11th skill for Hwaryeong class and it's called Hagai, and this is the buff skill. The flows of this skill increases critical attack and black spirit skill damage. This is the base attack skill for Hwaryeong class. Now let's see the passive skill for Hwaryeong class. The passive skill is called New. So when you use certain skills that I mentioned previously in this video, they activate the strong state effect for 8 seconds. The strong state effect increases your damage dealt to other players by 10% and reduces the damage you receive from other players by 15%. Also, every time you activate this strong state effect, it recovers 20 mana points and gives you 2 spirit orbs. You can collect up to 5 spirit orbs. When you have collected all these 5 orbs and you use the skills Scolding, Mummification, Tearing of the Forefoot and the Fire Lines, you activate a new passive skill effect called Backlines. This backline effect basically gives you invincibility for 1.5 seconds. Now let's see the dodge animation for Hwaryeong class. Now let's see the Black Spirit skills for Hwaryeong class. So that's it for today. If you found this video helpful, then don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share. And if you want to further support the channel, you can donate to my PayPal account. PayPal link is in the description below. I'll see you in the next video.